everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the TIP Annual Conference. Of Coach Wendy. It has been so much value from day 1, day 2, day 3. I want to say, if you are not sharing what you have learned on your various social media platforms, you're being selfish. Please take a screenshot and put up on all your social media platforms. Tell everybody, get in here and see what is happening. Okay, quickly, we are going to be listening to a testimonial of a parent from our TIP inner circle. If you have been getting value for the past 3 days, I am telling you, it is nothing compared to what you will get when you sign up for the TIP Inner Circle program that begins in the year 2022. So we're quickly going to show you a video and you will listen to somebody who has tasted and seen that the Lord is good on this parenting journey.
Hello there, my name is Fuzzy Solange, a parent from the Intentional Parent Academy residing in Cameroon. I joined the TPI early this year and it's been an exciting ride for me. It's been a fulfilling journey so far. For me, the TPI is a place of complete mind transformation, a place of parenting made easy, from dropping what you used to know as parenting strategies or styles and embracing knowledge that is relevant in raising the 21st century child. One thing I hold very strong from the academy is the fact that parenting is all about you, the parent, and not your child. By this, I've been able to learn my child's love language. I've been able to set disciplinary strategies that work. I've been able to move from a yearner to a calm parent. Remember, parenting is about sowing to harvest in the future, and the time is now.
Amazing. Did you hear what she said? Did you just hear that? Parenting is not about the child, but about you. It is about you sowing now to reap in the future. I am telling you, I just want to say a big thank you to Coach Wendy for putting so much value out there. If we have to bring the speakers one by one, we cannot pay them. But she has put up this wonderful program so that we can all learn. Please and please go and put it up on your social media platforms. Tell people, come and join the annual TIP Inner Circle program coming up in the year 2022. I am going to be there live. And I don't want to be selfish. I'm pleading with you. Please do that quickly. Right on today's program, we're going to be having with us an amazing person. Her name is Eden ONWUKA. And she will be talking to us about living a successful life as a parent. I tell you, one problem is that balance. The fact that we are always trying to balance home, self-care, career, and then parenting. Not to talk of your husband or your wife relationship. So she will be coming up and she will be giving us that secret, that thing that will make parenting blissful for us. We're going to be looking at her profile right about now.
Eden ONWUKA is an international Gen Z Maxwell certified speaker and teacher who delivers keynote speeches and coaching to aid personal and professional growth through study and practical application of John's proven leadership. She holds a degree in English communication and a master's in business administration. While studying in Boston, Massachusetts, she took leadership classes in corporate social responsibility and sustainability at Harvard. Her robust 17 years in family relations 500 company in Texas. Eden is passionate about helping individuals gain clarity and confidence to live life on purpose, to be all they were created to be, with emphasis on mature single women breaking out of a cycle of rejection. Creative writing for aspiring writers and thought leaders who desire to uplevel their messages. She is the initiator of Adopt a Widow, a grassroots benevolence project aimed at providing annual support to bereaved women beyond their grief period. In her spare time, she loves volunteering and traveling. She writes under a variety of genres from leadership, inspiration, and poetry. She mentors globally and is known for her thought-provoking write-ups and by the brand name #Speaker Trainer Sage and #AWomanandHalf. She's a 3-time best-selling author of The Power of a Single Story, Reigniting Hope, and A Woman and a Half Affirmations. She's currently working on a book project, I Am More Than Body Parts, a riveting memoir of a recent courageous journey in surviving breast cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 2021 Intentional Parent Conference, Eden A. ONWUKA.
Welcome, our darling coach ONWUKA. I mean, it's amazing that you are a certified John Maxwell coach. We are gleaning and we are so excited to learn from you. I have my pen ready. Can you hear me, madam? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you doing?
Very well. So
Awesome.
let me allow you go ahead, and I have my pen here, my book, and we're waiting to hear that which you have to tell us today. You're welcome.
Awesome. Before you leave, I wanted to commend the wonderful job and your energy and the vibrancy of your spirit. And I also wanted to thank Wendy. How much time do I have? Hey, Wendy.
Hi, Eden. Good to have you here.
Okay, so Wendy, be my timekeeper. How much time do I have?
Tony is going to be at that 1 hour.
Awesome.
Time. Yes.
So Tony, do this for me. When I'm 40 minutes, let me know, because I like to take questions and answers if there is time. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Beautiful.
Okay. Good morning, guys. If I'm louder than you, then you are doing something wrong. Let me adjust my hair. It's fine. We are all parents. You know how it is. I bring you greetings all the way from Houston, Texas, where I live with my great husband and beautiful children, 3 amazing girls. And just FYI, it's about 10 a.m. today. So in between mom duties, fixing breakfast for the girls and getting on this show, this is what the parenting conference teaches us. So guys, you've heard from a lot of seasoned speakers, experts at parenting with different styles. So let me give you a little heads up. I'm a very energetic preacher or teacher, so I love engagement. Okay, I will compel you to engage. I love feedback. I'll be reading the comment sections. I'll be asking questions, okay? So I'm not your quiet speaker. So guys, let's get this show on the road. Depending on where you are joining, I should not be more excited than you. You're already in the afternoon or evening. I want to welcome you again to the parenting conference. My name is Eden ONWUKA. I am a relationship and mindset coach. What do I do through my coaching program, A Woman and Half? I help women build healthy relationships using mindset and emotional mastery practices. Simple. I'm a woman of many parts, but today I'm going to be speaking more about parenting. You've heard from all the experts. And if you're like me, some is going to be, I'm not a parenting expert. So I want you to write something down as we begin. You don't have to be a parenting expert. You only have to be a purposeful parent. Let's start with that. Let it sink in a little bit. You do not have to be a parenting expert. And I'm glad that we have parenting experts, because there is a place for people like Wendy and all the experts you've had. I don't consider myself a parenting expert. I'm more a relationship and mindset coach. But let me tell you one thing that you can be. We cannot all be parenting experts, but we can all be purposeful parents. So I'll be speaking today, or rather sharing my heart, on how to be a purposeful parent, especially in the 21st century. You will agree with me that parenting is not what we thought it was. It is not do as I do, don't do as I say. So this is not do as I say, don't do as I do. This is monkey see, monkey do. This is a season of parenting where your actions are louder than your words. So if there's anything at the end of this conference, you must decide that you will become a purposeful parent. So let me begin. Who is a purposeful parent? A purposeful parent is a parent who is deliberate, conscious of their God-given assignment to the children whom God has given them, or the children they are connected to. Understand that I'm making two distinctions now. I'm making a biological distinction, but I'm also making a communal distinction, because not just the children God has given to you. I want you to hold that thought a little. But also the children you are connected to, meaning you have a moral, ethical, spiritual obligation to any children, any child connected to you. If that child lives with you, if that child is your nephew, in-law, outlaw, whatever, a purposeful parent is a conscious, deliberate person, or adult, guardian word, foster, whatever brand you want to call it, who understands the sacredness, who understands the privilege to be a custodian of another child of God. If you start seeing your children as children of God, that you are privileged in this season, on this space of eternity, to steward, your mindset around parenting will change. Growing up, we had, I brought into this one and I can take you out of this one. We had it. If you are of African descent, chances are that you've had it. When a child provokes a mother so much, and the mother is trying to emphasize the extent of their control, they're like, I brought you into this world, and I can take you out of it. You've had it. That's faulty theology. That's a faulty postulation. Because you, even though you may have been the vehicle for birthing, you're a custodian. So I want you to, if you're writing, and I really hope you're writing, let me tell you something. To them that have gotten more knowledge, they will be tested more by the knowledge they've received. I don't want you to be that person who has a knowledge constipation. You move from conference to conference. You know, Wendy and team and other seasoned conveners, they spend all these resources and money to bring people. Let me give you an example. This is 10 a.m. my time on a Sunday. My kids are eating breakfast. So people, when even if you see that the conference, quote unquote, is free, it does not mean that it did not cost someone something. So I need to put this here. So I'm hoping that you are not that person that moves from conference to conference because it is free. No, when something is publicly free, their internal back investment you do not know. Sometimes the person has paid the price through long-standing relationship. We get paid by the hour as consultants to speak. You don't know the back end. So I want you to be a little bit more grateful for conferences like this. Don't fall into this knowledge constipation. You go here, go here. I'm hoping that today you not only write, but you apply what you've learned. So on one side, write parents and cross it out. And someone is like, why am I crossing it out? Because I need you to change that word parent with some other words, some synonyms. Because sometimes if we don't introduce synonyms, we go by maybe a default definition that is faulty. You're a custodian of your children. So remove parents and instead let's give you some words that is actually parent. Write custodian. A custodian means they don't belong to you. A custodian means that you don't have control in a sense over their lives. You are responsible for grooming them. So add another word, steward. The composure of a steward understands that something bigger than them, something higher than them has been given to them to preserve. Remember in the Holy Book, the Bible, the parable of the talents. You see that there were several players pretend that these talents are children. Oh, let's go to the book. One of the best books on parenting that you can ever see. Pretend that those talents were not money. Remove talents and put children. So one custodian, one steward was giving 5. The other steward was giving 3, the other one was giving 2, and one was giving 1. The one that was giving 5 understood that I don't own it. I don't control it. But I will be held responsible for how I groom it, how I grow it, and how I make it fruitful. And the one with 5 went to work and made it better, improved it, doubled it, meaning that the talents or the children, quote unquote, that the master gave him, he presented a more vibrant, better than when you received it. Ditto the one with 3 and 2, but the one with 1 is like some of us. They got confused by the assignment. And let me get them. I have it. What I do with it is my problem. No, sweetheart, no. So they took the one and hid it, meaning they did nothing. They treated it with indifference. They did it anyhow. And the consequence of not understanding their place as a steward is that they didn't improve on it. And hear the verdict of the master who gave the assignment. He said, thou wicked servant. Wicked is the word. So that means we are wicked when we don't improve on the gifts that God has given us. We are wicked when we don't improve on the parenting and the blessings that we have as children. So let me take it again. On your left, put parents, then cross parent out. Because I think sometimes the parenting thing is confusing. So let me give you a couple of synonyms that help me to stay grounded as a mom of 3 girls. Custodian, steward, caretaker, helper of destiny, builder. I'm going to take it again because someone is going to leave here with light. You're like, I didn't understand before. So because you are a parent or you are in connection with any child that you are responsible to, it simply means that you are number 1 custodian. The owner is going to come and ask you what you did with the deposits. Steward. Whoa, the responsibility of a steward is to increase value. I'm hoping you're getting it. Number 3, caretaker. Imagine if you travel, especially for those who live abroad or overseas, as they call it, or diaspora. Maybe some of us have property in Nigeria, but we don't live there, so you put a caretaker. You don't want to come and see that the caretaker has trashed the house. Muddle the paint. You come and see clothes, hanging everywhere. And you see the drainage is not moved. It's overgrown. They've cut the lights. That's not what you want to come and see, that the lawns are manicured, that the paint is well, polished. When you drive into a house and you see the caretaker treating it with value as if it belongs to them, something happens to you. So that's what you are, a caretaker, a custodian, a destiny helper. You don't understand. When we pray for destiny helpers, we're only thinking about people A destiny helper is a custodian of three things: time, treasure, and talent. I'm going to take it again. A destiny helper trades in three things: time, they give and invest their time. Talents, oh, they bring all their talents, the talents, emotional intelligence, listening, communication, talent, empathy, love. Time, talent, and treasure. That's where the money or material things come in. So the next time you think of a destiny helper, don't just think of, oh, God, help me. God, please connect me with Obi Kubana. Oh, God, please let Michelle Obama appoint me. No, as wonderful as all those prayers are, a destiny helper trades in time, talent, and treasure. So now put yourself as a parent and understand that you're a destiny helper. If you are not trading in time, time is the currency of love. You don't tell me you love me if you're not giving me time. What kind of love is that? Invisible love. You can't tell me you love me if you're not investing in me, in talent. And your love is questionable if you're not giving to me. So we are running to, and I'm going somewhere. And I'm a teacher at heart, so I love to repeat because I don't believe in you learning 100 things and applying one. I'm hoping that you learn maybe 10 today and apply the 10, or maybe just 5 and you apply the 5. So the next time, parents, Janila, you say, no, I have a brain reset. I am custodian, steward. My goodness, I am a caretaker. My God, I'm a destiny helper. I'm a builder. That will change your interaction with your children. That will change when your children are not playing out the script in your head. When they are going against the grain, you know it's not personal. I've said to my children, I hope I build you up, so help me God, to be confident women who are kingdom-minded, who fear God, who love people, who respect authority, and who are not afraid to shine their light. And contrary to what people say, again, I'm not a parenting expert, I stand to be corrected on this, but I tell my 3 girls, I'm your best friend. I know we've heard your parent, you're not a friend, you're not called to be a friend, you're called to be a parent. You can be both parent and friend. That's because we have a toxic interpretation of friendship. Friendship is a mutual connection between two like-minded people who want to see each other succeed, and they are not afraid to establish healthy boundaries. So if you are mixing up friendship, move it away. A friend should be able to call you to order. A friend should not be able to define boundaries. I tell my daughter, you are my best friend. Don't go telling someone about your struggles. Talk to me. I'm here. I am your mother, coach, mentor, your greatest cheerleader, your biggest boundary establisher. I will be the first to point out error, but I will be the first to point you to God. Talk to me. Don't go ask your friend about, puberty. I am here. That's why I'm here. I'm your custodian. I'm a builder. I'm a destiny helper. Because charity must not begin at home alone. Charity must begin at home and continue at home. It's not just begin. If they're not your best friends, so they will go get best friends again. And you do not know the people they are talking to. You have no idea. You don't know the theology of those people. You don't know the value system of those people. You don't know their other. You have no idea. I talk to my girls every day, as little as they are. I say, talk to me. What happened? In case you don't know, at their 7 years, their babies, we're already talking about boyfriends. Yes. I'm not waiting till they're teenager. We are talking about boyfriends. They watched the recent Space Jam. And my middle child said, Mommy, I love LeBron James. I'm like, you love LeBron James? Yes. Mommy, I'm like, what do you love about LeBron James? He said, Mommy, I love him. He's tall and he has muscle. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I love me some muscle too. Who does not like muscle? Yeah, I know there are holy people here. I like muscle, man. especially the Moscow of Ambrose ONWUKA, my wonderful husband. Mommy, I like LeBron James, and she mentioned three things. Mommy, I like his muscle. I like his mustache. This is a 5-year-old, my 5-year-old daughter. And I like that he has money. I said, okay, I'm beginning to know the three things that are important to these children. Muscle, mustache, and money. We started talking about it. So we went further. I said, but the problem is, I said, LeBron James is married. I said, oh, mommy, is he married? I said, yes. So if he's married, you cannot like him like that. You see where I'm going? Because in that simplicity of conversation, you are also teaching and building them. I said, you cannot like LeBron James like because he's married. She was like, oh, but I really wanted to be his girlfriend, mommy. And her sister said, but you can be the girlfriend of LeBron James's son. I said, oh, LeBron James has a son. And that's how we move from LeBron James to the son. I'm going somewhere with this story. For me, it's a beautiful moment of seeing the heart of my children, knowing what is attractive to them, but also influencing that attraction. So without preaching, I have let them know, married men are out of bounds. And you see, it's good to like what you like. You see, light-hearted banter. And also like these girls, the Igbo girls, they like money too. I'm just giving you a light-hearted example of you stepping into that. You like them, but shut up. No, that's not what I said to them. Some of us, once they say they like them, shut up, instead of reading your book, you're looking at LeBron James. Bad girl. At this moment, no, that's not it. That's not it. When you shut them up, you're being controller. You're not being custodian or steward. You're not being caretaker. You're not being destiny helper. You're not being a builder. If they cannot come to you with frivolities, they will not come to you with something serious. Please write it down. If they cannot come to you with frivolities, they will not come to you with fervency. I think I prefer that one. If they cannot come to you with frivolities, mommy, this my hand. Mommy, if they cannot come to you with frivolities, they can't come to you with things that are important and fervent. I'm going to share another important story before I go to the main thing for today. And we're already there. When my daughter was 5 years old, my oldest daughter, so every morning I make my kids say affirmations. And this is one of the first times I'm teaching without going through affirmations. If we have time at the end, I'll take some of the affirmations. I love affirmations. I will take the affirmations from the woman in half. Is that okay? Okay, I'm sure it's okay. But every morning, I make my children say affirmation before I even wrote books on affirmation. I've always been big on affirmation. I saw my mother use affirmation, even though we did not know that was affirmation. I remember 21 years ago when I flunked my first career, I resigned without, notice. And I was so despondent. I was discouraged. And I was sitting quietly in the room, feeling sorry for myself, getting ready to call a pity party. And my mom, strong woman of faith, we call her Excellency. She came into the room and she said, why are you sitting like this? I said, Mom, it took me a while to get this international job. And she said, no, Adigwe. Adigwe means daughter of a king. She called forth something from within me. She said, Adigwe, you are not a chicken. You are an eagle. Fly, eagle, fly. Immediately she said, something leaped from my within. She said, Adigwe, you are not a chicken. Fly, eagle, fly. And 21 years later, any time I'm in any season of change, any time I'm in a season when I question myself, I will hear the reverberating, powerful voice of my mother declaring, Adigwe, daughter of all king, you are not a chicken. Fly, eagle, fly. I want you to know the power of your words over your children. So because of it, I'm paying it forward. We are a family of affirmations. Even when my daughters couldn't speak well, I made them declare. Every morning I said to them, I'm blessed. They said, I'm blessed. I remember the first time I said to my daughter, say, I am phenomenal. She said, I am foodie booty. She didn't even know how to say it. The first time I said, say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. She said, I'm putty booty, I'm putty. It does not matter. But I'm teaching them something because I want them to give themselves permission to be great. I want them to validate themselves with their words first. I want them to bless themselves. I don't want them to be a proven artist going from place to place and looking for a blessing. So I'm teaching them to empower themselves with their words. Chicken, fly, eagle fly. That's what your children need to hear from you. My children, I make them say affirmations. So I make my daughter say affirmation. I'm in the United States. Systemic racism is such a thing. So I had 3 daughters with 3 different shades. I call them my shades of grace. One is a little lighter, one is my color, then one is darker skinned. So you know what I did? I gave them affirmations that made them accept their color. There's no comparison between them. The one that is lighter, I call her sparkling vanilla. Oh, crystal, like you are crystal clear, you are light. The one that is my color, I call her golden caramel delight. Brown skin girl. The one that is dark, I'm like, look at my chocolatey goodness. Dripping chocolatey goodness with extra toppings. You see how I introduced something the children can understand. What kid does not like ice cream? I tied it to something that they can relate to, that they absolutely love. Ice cream flavors. And yet, I'm teaching them to embrace their melanin and Africanness. I teach them your hair is beautiful. My daughter has kinky hair, thick hair. I said, my God, your hair is like the rainforest in Africa. Your grandmother had that hair. Your hair is an ancestral gift. I said, really, mommy? So I'm teaching her to love the kinkiness of her hair. The other one has wavy hair. I'm like, ooh, your hair is just like a river flowing. And the other one has like almost SpongeBob hair. I don't know how to describe it. Like cotton candy. I'm like, oh, your hair is fluffy, as light as cotton, is precious. If you don't validate them, they will go outside seeking validation, and there's nothing wrong if people outside validate them. It's just that, what if they meet the wrong person? So I teach them affirmation. I tell them, I love my body. Oh, I love my color. Oh, I love my hair. I teach them, I love my smile. I love my teeth. Because when I was growing up, I didn't want to smile because I had 2 frontal teeth. My teeth is like Wendy's own. Those people with big, bold, white teeth. But growing up, because we were small, the first thing you see is our teeth. So, growing up, light-hearted, if you grew up, something like middle, upper class family, and, siblings are always speaking on each other. So I remember then, my siblings will be making fun of me. It's just a light-hearted, it's just that it made me conscious about my dentition. They'll be calling me para-pa-pam-pam. Because we once watched the Christmas, drama boy, and there was this rabbit with 2 teeth like this. So my siblings started mocking me and calling me para-pa-pam-pam, and I became conscious. If you see my teenage pictures, I would not even want to smile. So it occurred to me that you must tell your children that everything they have, even their perfect imperfections, do you know that 50% of girls have body image issues? According to Dove report. Did you know that? Let me pause and give it to you in case you don't, and I don't think you even understand how serious this is. Do you know that 50% struggle with some sort of low self-esteem? 50% of girls have said they hate something about their body. They dislike something about their body. Do you know that 50% of women, according to a report, actually struggle with low self-esteem? Did you know that? Did you know that 100% of times a woman will wait to be qualified 100% before she takes a new opportunity? Did you know that? So you must know that what you are competing with already, culture, society, you are already on reserve. When a child is born tabula rasa, you already on reserve. The forces against them is higher. So that's why you cannot succumb. That's why you must be an overdose of positivity. That's why your children must know that you are a safe place. Do you know that? Did you know that it takes 10 positive words? And I'm going to take it again slowly. Did you know that it takes 10 positive words to correct one negative word? So all ye parents, or rather controllers, because some of us are not parents, we are controllers, all ye that are generous with negative words, do you know the intrinsic damage you are inflicting on that child? It takes 10 positive words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positive words to remove, to liquidate, to neutralize the effects of one negative word. Did you know that? So when next you are in a hurry to release one negative word, know that it will take 10 words of affirmation to correct it. To correct it. Did you know that? I tell my daughter, you're beautiful. Your skin is glossy. So when my daughter was 5 years old, because what you teach them will be tested, what you do not teach them will be tested. So my daughter has a gap teeth. And I noticed she was always like, Mommy, why? I said, oh my goodness. I said, do you know that people go for surgery just to have your kind of teeth? I said, it is beautiful, it's special. So one day she's in the playground in school, playing in school. And according to the teacher, one of the students said, ew, is that a hole in your teeth? Ew, it's weird. And the teacher said, and this is me relating exactly what the teacher said. The teacher said, I was about to step in and correct the student, but your daughter Isioma handled it like a pro. Her name is Isioma Chimikela. She said, Isioma looked at the girl, amused but not offended, and said, no, it's not weird, it's special. My mom said, not everyone has it. The teacher just stepped back. Let me take it again. A child said, ew, your teeth is weird. Is that a hole in your teeth? And she said, oh, no. It's not weird. My mom said, it's special. Not everyone can have it. Immediately, the teacher just said, my God. So my daughter did not even tell me. It's the teacher reporting to me what she witnessed on the playground. And in that moment, I said, hey, nah, Eden, you did try. We're not perfect parents. We're not even called to be perfect parents. I'm not a parenting expert. I'm making my mistakes too. I'm learning and unlearning and relearning, but I'm a purposeful parent. In that moment, a word that could have damaged her esteem around her smile and her speech and her teeth, because in advance I told her, your teeth is beautiful. I said, God, you made you fearfully and wonderfully made. Not everyone can have it. So, but imagine if as the custodian, the guardian, the steward, the destiny helper and builder, you are the one chipping up their self-esteem. By the time they go out, and they will be easy targets. Oh, it's okay. My mom said my gut teeth is special. Not everyone can have it. You don't want to raise approval junkies who are afraid of you, who can question you. I used to be upset when my children, tell them to do something and they say, why? Until I learned from one of my mentors, when a child is asking why, they are not challenging your authority. They are seeking clarity. Ooh, let me take it again gently. It needs to sink into someone's spirit. When your child is asking why, pick the plate. Why, mommy? Don't ask me why. If you not pick the plate, you will not eat. No. When a child is asking why, they are seeking clarity. They are seeking understanding. They are exercising their minds and their intellectual ability to learn. It is not an affront on your authority. It is just a call for better clarity and understanding. My God, my God. The purposeful parent knows that when a child is asking why, they want you to show them a purpose that is higher than the instruction. Mommy, my daughter asks, why do I have to do chores all the time? If I wasn't a purposeful parent, my answer would be, don't do chores now and see you will sleep in this house. You're asking me why I do chores. I did chores from what? No. And so I said, because we all live together, right? Imagine if I don't do chores, you don't do chores, we will all live in a pigsty. We will have dirty plates, we'll have crawling insects, we'll have bugs. Ew. I said, that's why we can't all have to do chores. And you also do chores because, hey, mommy pays your school fees, right? You love your braids, mommy fixes your hair, give you all this allowance. So part of your doing chores is because I want you to learn how to do chores. So when you can be a teenager and adult, you know it. If you don't do it now, you don't learn it. But more importantly, you do chores because you are living in a house that has been paid for, eating food that has been paid for. So part of the way you can be contributing to the family is to do chores. Okay, mommy, you see, every questioning is a teaching moment. Especially after a pandemic. According to the McKinsey report, the post-COVID data on stressed adults, so this includes stressed parents, 45% of adults were admitted to being depressed and anxious. 23% admitted to being just anxious without being depressed. 26% admitted to being depressed but not anxious. Only 13%, please, I need 5 people to put 13%. So when you are moving around, know that people are only 13% were not stressed, depressed, or anxious. 13%. 13%. Someone do the math. 13%. That means about 87% of moving adults in a post-COVID era, whether you're in Nigeria, Belgium, Ghana, Switzerland, or the United States, where I am, the stress level has increased. So the implication of this in a parenting conference is that you have more stressed adults who are going to unleash on children and whose parenting will be stressed parenting, because a stressed parent gives stretched parenting. If you're a stressed parent, your parenting will be stretched. So you realize now, and I'm sure you've heard other speakers say this, you realize that the parenting is not about the children, it's about you. So imagine you are that 87% who, according to McKinsey report, are depressed, anxious, and you come and your child says something, your interpretation, something will go off, and you will unleash on them. So you see, it's not their fault, the children. You are a walking, ticking time bomb. That is why my responsibility today is to remind you, call you to purposeful parenting. But you cannot be a purposeful parent if you're not a purposeful individual. Parenting is not a vacuum. Parenting is you. You bring your energy. You bring your mindset. You bring your proclivities. You bring your trauma. You bring your insecurity. Excuse me. Excuse me. So a broken Eden will be a broken mom. A traumatized Eden will be a traumatized mom. An insecure Eden will be an insecure mom. A wounded Eden will be a wounded mom. A suspicious Eden will be a suspicious, sneaky mom. An imposter syndrome, low self-esteem, abandonment issues, rejection issues, insecure, approval, addiction, seeking, uninformed Eden will be an uninformed mom. You get who you are are. Write it down. You give who you are, not what you are, who you are. It's called the law of attraction. So please, learn all the tips by all means, but I want you to change. I want you to heal. I want you to unlearn. I want you to increase your mindset. I want you to fix your insecurities. I want you to adopt a new pattern. It's you. You are the parent. They feed off your energy. If they are chaotic, even if you are saying, arrange everywhere, pick up the toys, they will be here. They are not hearing what you are saying. They are seeing you. They're like, oh. I remember when I told my daughter, don't drink soda. Soda is not good. It's not good. And my daughter said, but mommy, you always drink soda. Now these children are what? Monkey see, monkey do, baby see, baby do. Baby see, baby do. What did I say? I said don't drink soda. Is it wrong? He said, but mommy, if you say it's bad, I said it's bad, it's nasty. It's nasty. Say, mommy, so why are you drinking nasty stuff? Try. Hey. These children said. And I had to say, actually, mommy is wrong, but mommy does not want you to do what mommy is doing that is wrong. The girl needed, she was asking for a friend. You said this stuff is nasty, mommy. You said it's dirty, mommy. So why are you drinking it? Because you always ask me, mommy, to go to the fridge and get it for you, mommy. 1-1. Village people 1, Eden 0. Oh my goodness. According to the McKinsey report, 45% are depressed. So when they are beating the child, they're not beating the child, it's their depression, the anxiety. You are releasing trauma. You don't understand you. You know why? Let me tell you, because you're not emotionally regulated. So you don't know why you are feeling like that. You have not sat down to ask yourself, why am I always angry? You have not asked yourself, why am I always reacting? You have unhealed trauma. You have body image issues. You have all these things, and you are moving around as if you are invisible, as if you are Voltron. Face the issues of your soul. I'm a relationship and mindset coach. I'm not a parenting expert. But I know what it is to live purposefully. And I know what it is to show a purposeful example. And I'm hoping that someone will be there with that. 1 in 7, we are still on McKinsey report, very important report. Why this report is important? Because you will see people like that in the boss. They're your colleagues, they're in your church. So I don't want you to be triggered when you see some of the things they do. I want you to understand, Bajo, as the Yoruba say, that's why. That's why. Haven't you heard some opinions that you're like, how can a human being have this opinion? This is why. So all those 40-something% that are depressed, that are anxious, only 13% of some of us, didn't live with damaging consequences after COVID. And out of all these ones, out of the 87% that have some sort of depression that was triggered by the parenting, 1 in 7 picked some damaging addiction, meaning to cope in the pandemic, they entered into a next level of addiction. 1 in 7, that means if you have a room filled with 50, that means sadly, even in this parenting conference, if I have 100 people here, 1 in 7, that means we have over 10 people who started some addiction to cope with the stress. 1 in 7 started drinking. This is the McKinsey report, one of the most thorough reports. 1 in 7 started drinking. 1 in 7 started using prescription drugs for non-medical reason, meaning that they just started drinking medicine, tramadol or something, just so that they can be okay. And 1 in 7 confessed to, for the first time in their life, to beginning some sort of substance abuse. My God. Now, this might be like, but they're adults. No. Imagine the damage on them. But more important, imagine if these ones have children as custodians, imagine how their parenting will be. You see why parenting is more about us and not the children. So 1 in 7 are escaping into some sort of self-help damaging substance. You know why? Because you cannot be a purposeful parent if you're not a purposeful human. And you cannot be a purposeful human if you don't pay attention to 3 things: your IQ, your EQ, and your SQ. Your IQ, your intelligence quotient, your ability to break down things, your ability to deploy critical thinking without being riled up. EQ, emotional quotient, your ability to have what I call emotional regulation. I'm going to repeat it 3 times so that in your sleep you'll be hearing my voice. Emotional regulation, emotional regulation, emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is knowing that you are not helpless over your emotion, that you can decide if to react or to respond. Even when you are triggered, emotional regulation simply means that you say, you know what, I'm not a fool, I am not a cow, I'm not a dog, I'm not a goat. There's a reason why I have the breath of the Almighty God. There's a reason why I'm made in the image of God. So I will not go down the drain because I ain't no pig. I'm not going to, you will not call me into a gutter fight. That's EQ. Then the third is spiritual quotient. Whether you believe or don't believe, regardless of what you believe, everyone has learned that people who have a high spiritual quotient. Now, let me make a distinction. I did not say religious quotient, because religion is usually the enemy of spirituality. I'll take it again. Religion is usually the enemy of spirituality. Religion is about a set of dogma, rule and regulation. Spirituality is about a relationship, a vibrant, consistent relationship with God. Those that survived the backlash, the stretch of the pandemic and the pool of addiction, the 13%, when they were asked why, they credited it to high IQ, EQ, and SQ, emotional quotient, spiritual quotient, and intellectual quotient. Your responsibility, my responsibility, is to keep working on my intellectual quotient by introducing new knowledge, books, conferences like this, to keep working on my emotional prayer. Get help if you need help. Therapy is available. Get it paid for your healing. Surround yourself with people who are not temperamental, with people who are steady, with people who are well-groomed internally, people who are at peace with themselves. The spiritual quotient, your responsibility to grow your relationship with God to be so beautiful that your children will look at your life. It will not be, you must go to church. If you don't pray 5 times a day, you're not a good Muslim. Get out of this house. No, for your life to become so beautiful that your children say, Mommy, I want to be like you. One of my daughters said, Mommy, we want to write, we want to speak. You know why? Because they see their mom writing, they see the energy, the beauty. Say, Mommy, when I grow up, I want to be a writer too, in addition to being a doctor. You become a model for excellence. As a roundup, there's a story I want to share. This story is so important to me because I want to share how my parents' purposeful example influenced my life more than anything they said. Please let me know when we are 40 minutes, okay? When my dad passed 15 years ago, such a good man, oh God, I'm going to share that story. But when my dad passed 15 years ago.
No, ma'am, it's actually.
Just let me know when my time is up, okay? I like to stay within the confines of discipline time. When my dad passed 15 years ago, and we're told to write a tribute, I thought hard, I scratched my head. I said, what tribute can I write? In fact, my dad influenced my coaching brand Because the first time I wrote a tribute for him, I said, this man is not a man. This man is uncommon as a man. I said, I cannot call this man a man. So I wrote in his tribute, the title of my tribute to him when he passed 15 years ago was A Man and Half. A man and half. You are a full man. You be man and half and extra. So my tribute to him was a man and half. That's where my coaching brand, The Woman and Half, started from. But more importantly, I remember the very last line of my tribute. I said, you are the sermon I saw. You can preach the loudest sermons, but if your children do not see the sermon that is your life, there will be a dissonance. My father was the sermon I saw. So I am telling you today that your sermons that you preach are good. They are not enough. Become the sermon your child sees, that your life will preach louder than anything, sermon or message. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he departs, and when he grows up, not if, he will grow up. They will always grow. And when you don't train them, they will test what you have not trained them. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when, not if, when he grows, he will not depart from it. Please write this down. I love the way Charles Spurgeon was one of the prolific teachers of the 18th century. Charles Spurgeon said, don't just train up a child in the way he should go, you also go there. Charles Spurgeon said, train up a child in the way he should go, but you go there first. Train up a child in the way he should go, but you go there first. Don't just train them in the way he should go. Charles Spurgeon said, make sure that you are the first to go in the direction of the training you are giving to them. My greatest influences of purposeful parenting, and I'm going to share only one story and we'll round up. So I was raised by a wonderful dad and great mom, incredibly beautiful, powerful, pioneering mom. My dad, gentleman to the core, middle upper class family. My dad worked in Unilever. My mom was a teacher. She'd retired on level 17 in Lagos State. So you know how that is, that kind of influence. But I was raised by Catholic parents, and you know that there is a difference between Catholic and Catholic. Catholic is, they go to the Catholic Church. Catholic is those one, they carry the denomination. That my father was a knight of St. Mulumba. He was not just a knight of St. Mulumba, he was a worthy warden. He was almost like GK, the man that he's the one that inducted people into the knighthood and trained them. So in a sense, these ones were the symbol and poster child for promoting the Catholic tenet. And I want to credit the Catholic background for the structure I have. They taught me the love of God. I remember all the masses we went to, Stations of the Cross, but as a family, our morning, afternoon, and night devotions, Pieta, and all those wonderful examples. But they also taught us to love God. We sang and we read the Bible. My mom, I saw my mom tighten. My mom tightened even as a Catholic. So they laid the foundation. But when I became a teenager, I wanted a little bit more. I started reading the Bible for myself, and I wanted the more spiritual expression. So I got born again, and guys, I want you to keep an open mind. I'm just sharing a story so you understand the power of purposeful parenting. So I got born again, but I also knew the implication. I'd heard a lot of stories that if you come from these very influential families where the parents are actually anchored in the Catholic Church, you can't leave the Catholic Church, and many denominations are like that. Let me tell you how well groomed we were in Catholic Church. The Cardinal Arinze, Francis Cardinal Arinze, who you all know that is like the number 2 to the Pope. He was a family mentor. He used to write letters to my dad. Whenever he visited with Alitalia, my dad picked him up. We will go to Papal Nuncio in Victoria Island, and he will host us. That's how Catholic my family was. But I got born again as a teenager, and I knew it was going to be a huge. Is my time up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me round up this story. But I knew, I just knew that I could not tell my parents I was leaving the Catholic Church. So I did sneaky religion for 3 years. I would sneak around, go to school, go for fellowship. But after 3 years, I love my family. I didn't want them to reject me. But I also knew that the implication of telling your night of St. Lumumba daddy that you were no longer a Catholic meant they could disown you, right? We all know that. Fast forward, I prayed, God, please take the fight out of my miracle. And in that day, February 10 of that year, I sat my parents down, Igbo parents that are Catholic, and told them that I was no longer a Catholic, that I was born again, and I was going to the Pentecostal church. Now, that moment was very defining, and that moment speaks to how much a purposeful parent my father was. Because all the examples I've had, they chased the person away from her home for not being part of it. But my dad did something. I explained to him. I told him there was nothing wrong with Catholicism, but it was a foundation, and I just wanted to find my own path. And in that moment, my father was so disappointed he would not look at me. And I said, this man is going to chase me from the house. I hid my certificates under the staircase. But in that moment, my dad did something, and I want you to never forget this picture in your mind. In that moment, my daddy looked at me with pain and disappointment and looked away. But he had a habit of always giving us pocket money, no matter how grown we were. So in that moment, he could not look at me. He looked away, but he still stretched his hand to give me the pocket money. He couldn't look at me, but he stretched his hand to give me the pocket money. And even though he would have not wanted me to leave the Catholic Church, he respected that I was living a life of righteousness and holiness. And eventually he visited my church for my Thanksgiving before he passed. What is the moral of this? A purposeful parent, number one, as I round up, begins and ends the motive with love. It is not ego. This man puts love above ego, love above reputation, love above denomination. In fact, his fellow knights were like, how can GK's daughter? My dad shielded me. Purposeful parents, number one, begin the motive and end the motive with love, because if love is not the motive, the premise will be wrong. Number two, as we round up, a purposeful parent may not see eye to eye with you. And this is the most important lesson you need to learn. A purposeful parent may not see eye to eye with you, but they will walk hand in hand with you. That my dad said, I don't see eye to eye, I don't like your decision, but I can respect the fact that you're my daughter, and I will still provide for you, because that is my commitment to you. Even if you stop being a daughter, I will not stop being a parent. Number three, a purposeful parent embraces the child regardless. I want to thank you so much for having me. My name is Eden Onka. It's been a pleasure to share my thoughts with you on how to be a purposeful parent, but beyond that, how to be a purposeful human being first.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma'am. We've had so much. You promised to give us some affirmations.
Woo, guys, are you ready? Let's take it. 2 minutes.
We're ready.
From the woman and have affirmations. 100 affirmations for the woman who wants to be more and will not settle for less. Let's take 3, okay? I'm just going to read some. I want you to repeat it after me. Go and write it and get the book. Read it. Teach your children. Let me read this one from page 63. I have a quiet spirit. I am emotionally stable. Therefore, I am unruffled by strife. Someone needs to say this. I have a quiet spirit. I have a quiet spirit. I am emotionally stable. Therefore, I am unruffled by strife. My goodness, let's take another one. This one from page 69. I elevate the conversation. Hey, you elevate because when you show up, gossip ends. Negativity ends. I elevate the conversation.
I elevate the conversation.
Of hope. I elevate the conversation. You don't understand. When everybody is hopeless, you come with your clarity. You come with your anointing. I elevate the conversation.
I
I
elevate
am a
the
dealer
conversation.
of hope. My God,
I
you
am
didn't
a
hear me.
sinner.
I am a dealer of hope. And let me take this last one from page 51. Someone say, I am salt. Ooh.
I am salt.
I am salt. I season the atmosphere, my God. I
Season the
season the
atmosphere.
atmosphere. I season
Season
the
the
I
atmosphere.
am
I
salt. You
season
thought
the
I was Eden. No,
atmosphere.
this is Eden salt. I am salt. I season the atmosphere. I have
season
a
the atmosphere.
preserving flavor
I
of
have
righteous influence. I have
flavor.
a preserving flavor of righteous influence. I have a preserving
Preserving
flavor
flavor
of
of
righteous influence.
righteous
I
influence.
have a preserving flavor of righteousness. You come into a place, your children are crazy, climbing the wall. You have a preserving flavor
Flavor of
of
righteousness.
righteous because you are salt. And I read from a woman and have affirmations, 100 affirmations for the woman and man who wants to be more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. We've had such an amazing time with you. Coach Wendy, do we have questions?
Coach Eden, I feel like screaming. So someone said in the comment section, Coach Eden must be Coach Wendy's twin sister.
Well,
I felt the
I
energy.
think so.
The energy was something else. It was my kind of energy. Oh my
When you
goodness.
survive cancer like I did in 2017, you will realize that every day is a miracle. I'm not asking your permission to show up. I'm showing up because someone else needs this place. There are people, you see this life you are grumbling about, someone will pay to live one day in your shoes.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Eden. I knew somebody came and asked me, please, where did you get her from? Oh, no. Don't even ask that question. If you don't know Coach Eden, then there's something wrong with you. So please. That's not
Coach
the right
Wendy, I'm in heat right now. I'm in heat. Too much heat.
We didn't need to tell the participants to share fire. The fire in the comment section is already burning some of us. Like, wow, woo! Coach Eden, that was, as I didn't expect any less anyway. So, hey, we were blown away. Too many takeaways, too many things, and all of that. You want to get a woman and have, trust me, if you have listened to anything that Coach Eden has said today, it's just a tips of the iceberg, right? It's just, you just came to, pinch and just go home. And you know what? I like the way she said it at the beginning. The truth of the matter is that there's so much that the conferences can do to you without you committing to a process that helps you actually walk through your journey. It was interesting to hear another person echo again. Ask her. I didn't say that to her. She echoed again that these conferences are not free. Someone, somewhere is paying a price for you to be here. And I will say it again. Be grateful. Not even a little. Be hugely grateful. Do not take it for granted. Like, I hop from one free conference to another. Someone is paying a price. Being here means that there's a price paid. Yesterday, it was Stephen Lin. Stephen Lin had flown from the US to the Caribbean, all-night flight, and he was here at 7 a.m. EST time. Trust me, that does not just come. It's not just about, there's nothing is free and all of that. No. Someone is asking for Coach Eden's social media handle. You want to follow her. Just if you put Eden A. ONWUKA, you're going to find her on all the social media, and then she uses the hashtag a woman and half.
Or speaker trainer Sage. On Instagram, I'm at eden.a.onwuka. The initial has to be there. And I'm also at a woman and half, okay? And you can get the books. They're on Amazon, they're on Okada books, they're on Bam books, and they're also available in Spanish. So even for the international, it's translated in Spanish. But in Nigeria, when they'll leave a number for you, they can get hard copies. In Nigeria, when they reach out to my admin. Again, let me reiterate that these conferences are not free, and I'm not saying it because Wendy, I don't care. Everybody knows me. I say what's on my heart as my spirit leads. These conferences are not free. Sometimes it's the relationship people have built over time. Again, I don't typically, I was already booked. I spoke yesterday. So what you guys didn't know, is that I didn't sleep well at night because I ate something and my stomach was messed up. So even up to when I was going live, I was like, God help me. But when there's such an investment, remember we talked about you being a destiny helper. I want you to be delivered from this faulty money mindset. So if you're not getting money, then there's some no. Remember, destiny help, you trade in time, talent. Anybody that gives you their time, love them.
Yes.
Anybody that gives you their talent, love them. Treasure is only one part of giving, and the treasure involves material currency. So I don't want you to be those kinds of people that if something doesn't have a dollar sign, or then it's not. No. If someone gives you 1 hour, 2 hours, or 10 minutes, treasure them. So I just want us to change our outlook, around, giving. When you receive from people time, treasure, and talent, and when these conferences involve all of that.
Yes.
So I just wanted to anyway, guys, I gotta go. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Coach. Do you have your book on Audible version? Someone wants to know that.
Not yet, but by Thanksgiving, it will be on Audible. Because I wanted to get someone to do the audio. People said, no, Eden, it's your voice. You want it's your voice. So I'm recording the Audible version. We have it on Kindle, but we have it on Kindle and every other format.
Okay, all right. We're going to let Coach Eden go now, and you can actually get all her resources on Amazon. You can follow her on Facebook. You can follow her on Instagram, Eden A. ONWUKA. And you can also see in our studio that we have the amazing Oluwatoyin Obo. Oluwatoyin is also a parent coach who is moderating this session. Trust me, it takes a lot to be here. You don't want to know what it takes for even moderating this session. It really takes a lot. Find Oluwatoyin, follow her. Trust me, there's a lot to learn from each and every one person that you're seeing on the screen, not just me. All right. Thank you so much, Toyin, for doing this. And we are also live again in 15 minutes, where we are going to be having, Lola Aneke. Lola Aneke is another. She's a former special needs coach in Nigeria. Foremost, you don't find her. To find Lola Aneke costs a lot. I know. So guys, be grateful. I'm saying this and I know, right? So I know what it's taking us. We've gone far and wide to actually bring these people. Please join the session in 15 minutes while we close with this video from the Inner Circle. Remember that the Inner Circle is an annual program that you can join in 2022. Like Eden said, don't constipate yourself with knowledge. Come and get into a process. It is very important. Thank you, Oluwatoyin, and see you guys.
Thank you so much.
At 5:30.
Hello there, my name is Solange, a parent from the Intentional Parent Academy residing in Cameroon. I joined the TPI early this year, and it's been an exciting ride for me. It's been a fulfilling journey so far. For me, the TPI is a place of complete mind transformation, a place of parenting made easy, from dropping what you used to know as parenting strategies or styles and embracing knowledge that is relevant in raising the 21st century child. One thing I hold very strong from the academy is the fact that parenting is all about you, the parent, and not your child. By this, I've been able to learn my child's love language. I've been able to set disciplinary strategies that work. I've been able to move from a yearner to a calm parent. Remember, parenting is about sowing to harvest in the future, and the time is now.